Yeah, I'm an AI, but I'm here to talk apps. Real apps you can build in minutes with Base 44.
Hello, this episode of the Weekend Chart Prep is being brought to you by the Smart Money Manuscript. Hello, my name is Timothy Leroy Sr., and I'm the creator of the Smart Money Manuscript. But Tim, what is the Smart Money Manuscript? The Smart Money Manuscript is your roadmap to financial freedom. Inside this powerful course designed to transform your financial future, I've meticulously condensed over 1,000 of my public YouTube videos into 40 highly efficient lessons that span just 2.5 hours. This course is strategically designed into 4 phases to help guide your learning in the most logical and effective way possible. Phase 1 lays the groundwork, covering essential financial literacy like budgeting, banking, and taxes. In phase 2, you'll move beyond the basics, learning about brokerage accounts, figuring out how much you need for your own individual retirement. You learn about how to do fundamental research on companies, and you'll also learn how to conduct technical analysis by looking at stock charts. Phase 3 empowers you to build a robust portfolio and leverage your capital using advanced techniques like options and futures, and it also teaches you the importance of backtesting your strategies. Finally, Phase 4 takes a deep dive into the advanced ICT concepts, giving you a professional edge. Each lesson includes a short quiz to help solidify your understanding. By the end of this journey, you'll have the confidence and tools that you need to make intelligent investing decisions, manage your money without fear or ambiguity. So if you want to be a long-term buy and hold investor, if you want to be a swing trader, if you want to be a day trader, if you want to trade stocks, if you want to trade options, if you want to trade futures, the Smart Money Manuscript is for you for $69.99. Yes, $69.99 for all of this here.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, everybody. Check 2 1 2. Can y'all hear me okay out there? Why does it sound crazy? I sound crazy to myself. Do I sound funny to you?
A little bit like a echo chamber. It's kind of muffled a little bit.
Yeah, that sounds kind of weird. Zoom, like they done changed something. Because when I went to share my screen, it had like it used to be like share the screen, whatever, whatever. But this time it was like content only, side by side, background. It had like all these different options. And when I was trying to share it, it was just showing a black screen. And I was trying to figure out how to make it show. And then now, like the audio was sounding fine, but my mic sound muffled sounding. I don't know what Zoom is doing. Yeah, see it sound like muffled, sound like I'm in the It's gonna drive me crazy. Hold on. Settings. See, this little control kind of thing. Y'all know I get frustrated so easily. And it's gonna be ticked off right now. Hopefully y'all can't hear that echo like I got my audio on YouTube and I can hear it echoing. Do y'all hear it echo? Settings.
I don't hear an echo.
Okay, thank you. I just want to make sure y'all weren't hearing that. I was assuming it was just me, but I can take this. They go doggone commercial. Get out of the way. Streaming though, like the quality not wrong. It's streaming the right quality. I sound like I'm underwater, almost like I sound like I'm talking under a blanket. Where are my settings, man? Settings. There you go. Audio. So it's in the headphones. That's right. Microphone. That's why it's picking up on my webcam. Hold on. That's why. Hello.
Mic check, mic check. There you go. If I had my yesterday, I had plugged in my webcam when I was running a test on the Smart Money Manuscript. I was running a test on the Smart Money Manuscript and I plugged up my webcam and the webcam is still hooked up, but it's under my desk. It's like laying under there under my desk. So it was picking up my voice on the web because I'm like, man, this ain't right. So I went in and I looked at it and I saw microphone was set to the C922 Pro Stream webcam. And I was like, wait a minute, that's supposed to say M audio profile because this is hooked up to my audio interface down there. So now, do y'all hear my vainglorious voice in its full glory now? Good evening, good evening, good evening. If this is your first time tuning into Tim's Tidbits, this is what I sound like. And allow me to say, welcome. If it's not your first time tuning into Tim's Tidbits, I still want to say welcome. But I want to give you a hearty of the heartiest. Well, thank yous for always tuning into Tim's Tidbits. Wait a minute, hold that thought right there. Put a pin in that. Got to turn my fan on. I ain't got my fan on. My brother gave me this old complicated behind fan. If this is your first time, now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Timothy Lee Rogers Sr., aka Harania Grande. Just big spider if you don't hablo Espanol. And you're now tuned to another episode of The Weekend Chart Preparations / Q&A if you got any questions, right? Speaking of questions, if you have any questions, there is a link that's pinned at the top of the chat on the U of the Tubes. That link will bring you over to the Zoom. And inside the Zoom, you can unmute and say, Tim, I have a question, right? It won't sound muffled or nothing like that because we done fixed the whole thing with the webcam audio. It ain't going to sound muffled, right? It's going to sound good. Let's see what we got up in here. I see Yolanda up in here. What's going on, Yolanda? I see Miss V up in here. What's going on? I see Tasha up in here. What's going on? Tasha. Is that Tasha with Snoopy or is that another Tasha? Who is that?
Yes, Tasha and Snoopy.
Tell my dog I said.
He heard you. His little ears was just turning.
He heard what I said. I said, what's
Mm-hmm.
happening? I said, what's happening in Barky Bark? We got Here to Learn and Share up in here. Happy Sunday to you. We got Rhonda Green. You see, whenever you say a word with an R in it, you got to know how to roll them R's. You got to conjugate them R's. We got Hola Valentine. We got Valentine up in here. We got the homeboy Sturdy AF. What's going on, fam? We got hey, I see more numbers than I see names, but them the only names that I see, so them all the names I'm gonna say. Hear me. What's going on, Lamar? Just popped over here in the zoom. Man, I ain't gonna hold y'all long today, man. I was sitting up here watching. Now see what did let me see. Content only as a background, side by side, over the shoulder. Let's figure this out together. All right, so content only. Let's see what that look like. All right. Content only. I'm up in the top corner like I usually be on YouTube. Zoom, it don't look the same on Zoom. Zoom, y'all just see my screen, I think. But on YouTube, it puts me up in the top right corner on content only. All right. Now let's go here and see as a background. Let's see what it does as a background. Okay, it looked the same. It looked the same to me. I don't know what it looked like to y'all, but it looked the same to me. Did I need to hit share?
On Zoom, it actually puts you right in front of the chart on the left, bottom left.
I see it on Zoom.
Yes.
I see it on Zoom. So it take my background away because I got the
Yes.
green screen. And okay, when I got the Zoom, but YouTube is still, it still looked the same on YouTube. I'm still in the top right corner on YouTube. All right. And okay, so this is just all of okay. So Zoom giving you the ability to do what OBS be doing, like let you move around the screen. Like OBS, you can put yourself wherever you want to.
Yes.
Over the shoulder. Let me see what over the shoulder look like. Okay. Yeah, it's doing it like OBS is, but YouTube it still look the same. And then side by side, right there, put it side by side. Okay. Zoom just trying to, you know what I'm saying, play catch up. Zoom trying to play catch up. So I just put it back to content only like it typically is. What's this layout? Oh, that's the same thing. Oh, it let me, I can just skip through it fast instead of hitting the share button. If I just hit the layout, instead of hit the share button again, if I just hit the layout, it pop open a little box. Okay. All right. All right, man. I'm sorry, y'all. I got caught up. Y'all know who I am. Squirrel. New features be showing up. You hear me? All right, man. It's Sunday, August 31st. He got to conjugate them auras. You feel me? And I know what conjugate is. I took Spanish when you learn how to conjugate different verbs and stuff like that. I heard. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen for a minute. I heard a joke today. I thought it was so funny. Now y'all got to remember, I'm 53 years old. I'm into dad jokes. Dad jokes are hilarious to me. But I heard a joke today when we was at church. The preacher told his joke. It was so funny because he was talking about like different languages and how words change their meaning and stuff like that. But he was talking about languages, and he was talking about how difficult English was. And he was like, you know, if I was an individual where I had to learn English as a second language, I don't think I can do it because English is very difficult. He was just talking about different things about English, right? Then he was like, it reminds me of that old joke. If you speak 3 languages, you're trilingual. If you speak 2 languages, you're bilingual. But if you only speak one language, you're American. What? That right now is so funny to me, boy. I almost fell out the pew. They had to come give me oxygen. Because, boy, when I tell you, I think we the only country in the world where it's not mandatory to learn another language. The only thing you have to take in school is English. Every other country in the world, they got to learn another language. And when they wee bitty shrimp, when I was in Germany, it was the same. When I was in like Bosnia, Budapest, when I was in anywhere I went in the world, they got to learn another language. You know what I'm saying? And most of them, they know like 5 and 6 languages. But in America, we the only ones that English is the only requirement. Other languages are electives. If you only speak one language, you're an American. Funny to me. I don't care who you are now. They're funny. Let's get to the weekend chart prep, man. Hey, look here. The month is over. The month of August is over. We had a test run. Look here. If y'all got the Smart Money Manuscript, right? I'm going to be, let me stop sharing my screen again. I'm going to be doing, if you don't know, right? Anybody who signed up for the Smart Money Manuscript, I'm going to be doing monthly Q&As inside the Smart Money Manuscript. Now, they're not mandatory. It's not going to be like other Q&As or like last night when I did a test run. Y'all know how y'all do. Y'all be like, I ain't got no questions. But if we just come there and sit there long enough, Tim may eventually start running his mouth and start dropping some gems. No. It's not going to be like that, right? But I'm trying to make financial education as affordable to as many people as possible. So that's why I got it priced really low at $69.99. I appreciate everybody that already has taken advantage of it. But I don't believe in just, you know what I'm saying, giving you the information and saying, okay, see you later, little child, right? I'm a hands-on interactive type learner. I learn visually, and I like to be able to act whenever I go to any kind of class. Back when I was working, back when I was in the military, back when I was anything. If I go to a class, the instructors be like, man, you got the best questions. I've never been asked that questions because I think very deeply. So I be having these little intricate questions because I'd be like, why does that connect like that? Why now? And I have very specific needs, you know what I'm saying? So since that's how I learn, right? I try to make that available for other individuals because I think that's when, like, looking at a pre-recorded video, you can learn. But once you learn it and you be wanting those little nuances, oh man, so many nuances come out and just in the conversation, right? Just in the conversation. And gang can attest to this, right? We talk about the same thing every freaking day. We've been talking about these same concepts all the time. And at least once a week, somebody be like, what? Man, I just learned something new. No, you didn't. It's the same thing we've been talking about. But it's so many little nuances to everything that you be like, oh, who remember that? Who remember the oh? Right? You be seeing something over and over and over and over. What about that? Be showing, be like, hey, we came up here. Remember that right there? That's that right there. We anticipate that to do something. Oh! That's what you was talking about last month. Yeah, exactly. Because there's so many different little nuances to everything, because we look at all these different concepts thinking that we're talking about something else, but it all is just boiling down to the power of three. Everything is just boiling down to the power of three. But I can't just say, look for the power of three. Because if I just say, look for the power of three, and you don't know about consolidation, if you don't know about expansion, if you don't know about retracements, if you don't know about offset distribution, if you don't know about reaccumulation, if you don't know what a breaker is, if you don't know what a fair value gap is, then how are you going to know to look for the manipulation, or when the manipulation happens, or how are you going to know when a distribution, or if you don't know what the expansion is, how do you know its displacement if you don't know what an order block or a fair value gap is? So how are you going to know that it's all based on the power of three if you don't know the other stuff? You know what I'm saying? But it's all talking about the same thing. But I digress. If you're in the Smart Money Manuscript, right, we're going to be doing monthly Q&As. I'm sorry I got off on a tangent. I went somewhere. I don't know where I went. I'm back. We're going to be doing monthly Q&As where, because it's designed for beginners, intermediate, and advanced individuals alike. There's something in there for everybody, right? It's designed to take you from a absolute novice, right, to somebody that's well prepared to take control of their financial future, financial decisions, invest in trade, and whatever you want to do, right? That's what it's designed to do. If you go in order, you have all the things that you need to move. You have everything that I have at this moment, right? So if you look at me and be like, hey man, he's pretty well versed in this investing in trading stuff, the Smart Money Manuscript, everything that's inside of me is in the Smart Money Manuscript now, right? What's not there, just inside the pre-recorded videos, is the mentorship side of it, right? Is the mentorship side of it. So to add to the mentorship side of it, instead of doing a mentorship, right, I'm just going to do a Q&A once a month where I pull up, and anybody that has any questions pertaining to the material in the Smart Money Manuscript, I'm going to make myself available to your questions. Now, I ran a test run this weekend of, albeit it was very short notice. I sent out the notification at 9:30 and was like, hey, I'm going live at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Pull up. All right. In the future, for the once a month, it's not going to be that short, right? I'm going to let you know well in advance. But the thing of it is, it notifies you in the app, and it sends an email to the email address that you signed up with, right? I always get the email. I always get the notification in the app. My wife gets the email. She gets the notification in the map, right? My brother, who don't check his emails, gets the email, get the notification in the app. Some of the people that was in there say, hey, I got the notification in the app, but I didn't get the email, right? But I'm saying all that to say, I post inside the, if you look inside, if you have the course, and if you look inside the, let me open it up here. Let me go to WAP. Let me go to, all right. So let me share my screen. All right. If you go, and if you do get the course, if you're going to be on your mobile device, please download the app. Now, on the computer, the website is great, but on your phone, the website sucks. Please download the app if you're going to be on your mobile device at all doing anything with the WAP. Please, because the website sucks on your phone, but on the computer, the website is beautiful. Now, If you have the course, you'll see a channel called the Bat Signal. This is where I post the information. It's like a Discord chat, right? It's like a Discord chat. It's called the Bat Signal, right? This is where I post the Bat Signal, right? And you can see 1 day ago, I said that I'm doing a test run, and I was like, hey, please get the app if you're on your phone. And I gave a link for the Apple Store. I don't have an Android. I don't know how to get it on the Android. Android suck. Here's the Apple Store link to get the WAP app from the Apple Store, right? If you go inside there, you'll see the Bat Signal, and you'll see when I post the information, right? As you can see here, it says 19 people saw this, 18 people saw that, and 9 people saw the one from yesterday, right? So check your app. You know what I'm saying? Check your app whenever you go in to like look at some of the course. Check the Bat Signal to see if I put anything in there. If you don't get the emails, you know what I'm saying? If you don't have your notifications turned on, just go in and check your app. And I hope you didn't clutch your pearls because you got an Android. If you did, you need to not unclutch your pearls. Grab that Android and go over there. Matter of fact, unclutch your pearls. Go to the store, buy an Android. Come back, get your Android and a new Android you just bought, and throw both of them in the trash. You hear me? But go but this is where I'm going to be posting like the date and time we're going to do the monthly Q&A. It's going to be in the Bat Signal, right? And I'll remind people on live streams like this, like for the weekend chart prep, if I do one, if I doing like the price action recap, you know what I'm saying? Anytime I'm on live stream, I'll be reminding people, hey, on September, yabba dabba da, right? We're going to have a matter of fact, see here. All right. Okay. September 9th. I'm going to say it now. September 9th, we're going to have our first Q&A for the Smart Money Manuscript, right? Let's create a post. Hey, get out of the way, circle. Oh, I got to write it first. I'm tripping. I thought I had to click. You know how something be like, create a post, what's on your mind? You got to click the button. I wish I could tag people. I wish I could say like, hello, Eric. You know, you could tag, but they don't do that. Sorry about this, y'all. Like when I get distracted, I got to finish this right here. Yeah, I mean, y'all already know me. Gang, y'all already know me. Y'all already know. If I don't do this here, I ain't gonna be able to do nothing else. You feel me? All right. Chain of fools. Chain of fools. Uh-oh. Got some. Oh, they update. I'm like, why they ain't update? They put an update. They put an update. Chain of fools. Chain of fools. I'm mad at too, yo. Chain. All right. Now, see, the 9th of September. Oh, wait a minute. That was August. That supposed to have been the 13th. Why y'all didn't tell me I was looking at the wrong date, the wrong month? Edit. Why y'all didn't tell me I was looking at August? Y'all just gonna leave me out there flapping. Y'all, Tim, you looking, you ain't even say, Tim, you looking at August. All right. Glad I opened up my Zoom. Y'all ain't about nothing, man. 13, 11 a.m. It's funny, y'all can't see this right here. I don't know why Zoom don't show itself. 11 to 12, SMM, Q, and A. I put Q and A. All right, 11 to 12. Offline. All right. Boom. I got it on my calendar. I put it in a thing. So now we set up. All right. Thank y'all for hanging out with me while I did that right there. Now, back to what we was doing. The weekend chart prep. August is over. Oh yeah, make sure y'all check your what's the name? Check your app, check your email, I'll keep reminding people as we go along, but we're gonna have the first official Q&A for the Smart Money Manuscript. If y'all don't have no questions and pull up, ain't nobody on the questions. All right, y'all enjoy y'all Saturday. Then that's gonna be it, right? Not gonna go in there trying to, just start diving into the price and stuff like that. It's specifically tailored to if you got any questions about Smart Money Manuscript, just a way for me to mentor. Somebody said I see a notification. Just a way for me to like add mentorship to the purchase of the course. Now, August is over, man. August is over. We if y'all remember, we talked about this inside the pop-up yesterday, right? What we did, we said, hey, let's go see how August fared on the Qs per the seasonality. Who remember what we said about the seasonality? Right? And move this over here because it looked like I'm blocking the screen on YouTube, so I'm gonna move it over a little bit. Who remember what we said about the seasonality, about the Qs, the NASDAQ, right? Y'all remember?
Said August going into September is usually a bearish seasonality.
What else we said? Okay, let's talk about it. We said that based off the historical data, right? 60% of the time, August closes higher than it opened, right? And the average over the last 5 years is pretty much flat, right? On average, pretty much flat. It has negative 0.1, right? So pretty much flat. 0.1%. That's flat, right? So 60% of the time it closes higher than it opened, and on average it's pretty much flat, right? Now we said that August, typically going to August into September, typically starts that bearish seasonality, right? August is known for being a choppy market, and based off the average over the last 5 years, it's saying that the returns are typically flat. So what do we know about if any dispensation of time ends flat? What does ending flat typically alludes to? What does that mean? If you open and close basically in the same place, what does that typically mean? That the month was pretty much what? A doji. But what does a doji like term? What does it translates into in ICT language? Consolidating, right? So if we say August is typically a choppy month, right? You hear people talk about August. August is usually choppy. Michael even say, hey, don't force it in August. August is, not a time to be trying to force stuff. You hear people say August is normally choppy. We got the historical data saying that August is typically on average over the last 5 years. When you take all the gains over the last 5 years, it's averaging flat, right? So we anticipate August to be a consolidating month. What does a consolidating month translate to? Consolidation translates into accumulation, right? If August is going to be an accumulation month, we're not trying to force anything. Now, we say, okay, on average, over the last 5 years, we are typically flat. So you don't want to just say, hey, we didn't close flat, so this is not average, right? when it comes to who understands how averages works. Is there anybody who don't understand how averages works? If you don't understand how averages works and you're in the Zoom, say, I don't understand how averages work. If you don't understand how averages work, you know, raise your hand in the chat. Just put a hand in the chat or say, I don't understand, and we'll talk about how averages work. Is there anybody who don't understand how averages work? Going once, going twice. Okay, everybody on the same sheet of music. Everybody understand how averages work. So what you want to do, you want to go and look at the data set that's used, that's giving you that average, right? So because right here, we're saying 60% of the time it's going to close higher than it opened. That one there, that's a percentage based off, you know what I'm saying, these last 5 years. They're saying, okay, you got a 60% chance of closing higher than you close. That's cool. That's self-explanatory. It's a 60% chance that I'm gonna, over the last 5 years, it's a 60% chance that it's gonna close higher than it opened, right? 60-40. If you're a gambling person, hey, are you willing to gamble on 60%? So we closed higher than we opened, so we fell in that 60 percentile, right? Now, it says on average, over the last 5 years, it's flat or slightly negative, right? And so when we look at what we did this month from the close of July to the close of August, we see that we have a 0.95%, right? So right at 1%, right? So you look and say, oh man, that we didn't do the average. We above average. This is an outlier, whatever. This is where you want to look at your data set, right? And so on this site here, you see we got 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, and then this year, 2025, right? So if I come back here and I take all these years off except for 2021, you see in 2021, August closed up 4.2%. So it closed up 4% in 2021, right? In 2022, August closed down 5% in 2022. So in 2021, it closed up 4%. 2022, it closed down 5%. In 2023, it closed down 1.5%. Right? Then in 2024, it was flat, negative 0.2%, less than 0.5%. Right? So we had one large year up, one large year down, 1 year that was 1.5%, and then 1 year that was flat. 4 of the last 5 years, right? And then this year, right? Nope, I lied. I still had 2023 selected. 2024 was 1% up, right? So let's go back because I had that selected. 2021, 4% up. 2022, 5% down. Put it down over here. 2023, 1.5% down. Right, 2 down. Right. 2024, 1% up. So we had 2 up, a large up year, a large down, a large up year, a 1% up year, a large down year, a 1% down year, and then this year, right, 1%. So it's average, right? It's average. It's not an outlier. It closed up, right? 60% of the time, it's going to close higher than it opened based off the historical data over the last 5 years, right? Excuse me. So this year, we're in line there, right? And even if it would have closed down, we're in line there because 60% of the time is 40%, right? So, and then now it closed at 1% up, which falls in the realm of what's been going on over the last 5 years, right? We had a 4% down, a 4% up and a 1% up We had a 5% down and a 1% down, and now we got another 1% up. So it falls within the historical fundamental data, right? So it's in line with the fundamentals, okay, for what the Qs did in the month of August. All right. So, Tim, how can I use that information? All right. You can use that information because August and September is usually when the market starts to turn the corner into that bearish time of the year, right? So August is typically flat on average, right? And choppy. So we got the choppy and we got a slight gain. We got a 1% gain, a little less than 1%, but we got a 1% gain, right? Nothing astronomical. And we got a lot of chop because when we look at from peak to trough, right, it was 5.75% move. So we got a lot of chop, right? Because we moved almost 6% from peak to trough during the month, but we only closed with a 1% gain. So from where we closed, we dropped 2.5% roughly, and we went up 3% roughly, right? So we dropped 2%, we rallied 3%, and we actually only closed up 1%. So think about it. If we drop the 2.5% first, and then we rallied back up 3%, what does that give us? That's a 5.75 rally from the low to the high. So it was a very volatile month, a lot of chop, but we only ended up on the average. All right. So since August is playing out to the historical norm, right, we can start to look for signatures that September is going to play out toward the historical norm, right? And what's the historical norm for September based over the last 5 years? I don't know why I closed that. Probably because I didn't realize I was going to say this, right? If we go to September, 25% of the time over the last 5 years, September closes higher than it opened, right? So it's slanted more toward being bearish. So if you're a gambling person, you got a 75% chance that September is going to close lower than it opened. And on average, from 2021 up until now, it averaging over 4.5% down, 4.7% down, right? We look back in 2021, it closed 5.7% down. 2022, it closed 10.5% down. All right, make sure I'm looking at the right column. Yes, I am. 2023, it closed 5% down. Then 2024, it closed up over 2.5% up. Right. So 2024, it fell into that 25% category and it gained 2.5%. 2023, it was in the 75%, lost 5%. 2022, it was in the 75%, lost 10%. And in 2023, it was in the 75% and lost just under 6%. Right. So looking at August has followed the historical norm, right? And we're at an anticipatory reactionary point where we've made all-time highs and we're anticipating a retracement based off of what the algorithm is doing, right? We've made all-time highs and we've started engineering liquidity. We're not showing a willingness to want to keep blasting off, right? But we're not showing a willingness to want to tank either. It's just form and structure. So if the algorithm continues with the typical fundamental historical seasonality, we're looking for signs, algorithmic signatures that September will play out on that 75% side of closing lower than it opened. Right? That's what you're watching for. You're not trying to call a top and say, we're going to tank because it's September. You're using the historical data to say, okay, August played out in line with the fundamentals. August is at a point in its engineering liquidity and it's setting up where it's showing some bearish signatures on the lower time frames. The higher time frames still is consolidating, right? The weekly is consolidating, it's engineering liquidity. The daily is starting to show signs of respecting bearish order flow, right? It's showing signs of it. It hasn't switched to bearish order flow, but it's showing signs of respecting bearish order flow. The intraday time frames, some of them have switched to bearish order flow, right? So we're looking at the details of the lower time frames and seeing how are they continuing to respect this bearish order flow. And then once the bearish order flow starts to bleed into the daily, start to bleed into the weekly, right? Now we only got like a 2-3 month window. So if you think about it, once you bleed through to the weekly, guess what? You probably missed the move already because we only got a small window of time that we're looking at for this bearishness to go into, right? Because why? October is like 50-50. So we got August, September, and then going into October, right? And then we're going down. Then that's 50-50. Then we're up, right? So when you look at what price is doing here, August, roughly 50-50, right? September, right? Pretty much down. October, roughly 50-50. November, 100% of the time positive. Just looking at this fundamental data, y'all bear with me here because I'm thinking through this as I said, and I'm trying to figure out a way to say it that makes sense because it's in my mind. I see what I'm about to say, but I'm trying to say it in a way that makes sense, right? So when we think about the ICT concepts, right? What does this sound like, right? Roughly, a little bit above 50% of being closing higher than we open, right? More than likely closing lower, right? Rough, right in the middle of the road. And then 100% of the time over the last, since 2021, ended up, right? Doesn't that kind of look sort of like a wig snatcher where it could be up, definitely down, on the way back up, then all the way up? What does that look like? Maybe buy side, definitely sell side, on the way back up, right? Or you can look at it as consolidation, right? Expansion, reversal. Inside this 50%, some type of retracement, and then delivery, right? Just looking at the historical data, right? Just looking at the historical data, you can kind of see the AMD, the consolidation, expansion, retracement, delivery. You can see all of that kind of playing out through the historical data, right? So if you say, okay, August is playing out to the historical data. In August, we had reached a point where we're anticipating price to possibly give us a retracement based off the large expansion we've gotten. We've traded into a higher time frame, pooled liquidity, and now we're just engineering liquidity and we're not blasting off, right? So if September plays out to the T, then that brings us back down into the discount PD arrays that we were looking at, right? And it brings us back down into the discount PD arrays we was looking at. If September closed in line with historical data, right, then the fundamentals are still playing out. Now we're back at the discount PD arrays that we was looking for. And then October, 50% of the time it's going to end higher than it opened, and it's going to yield roughly 2% on average. So what does that sound like, right? We come down, manipulate down, take out sell side, right? Because overall, we're in a buy program. So if we're going to come down in September, right, and engage some kind of sell side, before we go up to complete the buy program, what do we want to see price do? Come down and take out some type of sell side. So if we come down and take out sell side in September, and then October plays out to the historical norm where it's going to typically end higher, 50% of the chance that it's going to close higher than it opened. And on average, roughly 2% gain. So we can be expanding back up, right? Going into maybe some type of, heading towards some type. Now you've identified we're in a manipulation. You might be getting an opportunity in October to get in deep in that manipulation. Or October may set up the full manipulation and start giving you a retracement, right? And then November saying, oh, it's 100% of the time closing higher than it opened. And on average, over the last 5 years, you're getting close to 6% on average, right? So we got our consolidation, we got our manipulation, right? And then going between these months right here, October to November, you're getting in on that distribution leg. All right. I don't know. That just popped into my head. Hopefully y'all found some value in that, man. Hopefully y'all found some value. If you didn't, hey, it makes sense to me. It makes sense to me. Him. All right. So we've done the business on the cues per the historical data, and we've done the business per the ICT concepts, what we were anticipating, right? Price did what we said we wanted it to do going into the beginning of August, right? Let me go ahead and mark out my monthly high and low before we get into that. All right, so let me mark out my monthly low, my monthly high. I'll leave that monthly fair value gap there. I'll hide this one. All right, this is this deep stuff here. As we see, all right, let me put this over here because I'm looking this way now. As we see here, this is why we were anticipating some type of retracement to start. We were extremely extended in the buy program. We haven't had any type of retracement at all, right? This is April, this is May, this is June, this is July, and now here we are August. We haven't had any type of retracement. We've just been all gas to the upside, right? And now that we've come and we've made all-time new highs, right? In June, right? We made all-time new highs in June where we barely poked above. And then in July, we pushed up even further into all-time new high territory, right? And so once we put into all-time new high territory and we pulled back off of it going into August, right? We said August starts that switch toward bearishness. August is typically flat. September is typically down. So we would like to see August manipulate out the prior month's high, because if we're going into a bearish anything, season, quarter, hour, right, we want to see it take out the buy side on that higher time frame. So if we're going into a bearish hour, we want to see it take out that hourly high before going down. If we're going into a bearish quarter, right, we want to see it take out that quarterly high before going down, right? And when we trade up here, right, when we trade up there, this is the all-time high. So That's your yearly high, your quarterly high, your daily. That's your highest high right there. So going into August, we said healthy price section would be to engage the buy side, right, on the highest time frame before going into this bearish quarter, well, bearish season. All right. Now, August played out to the T. All right. So now looking at our weekly time frame, all right, let's set up our weekly high, our weekly low. All right. We said coming into August, right? This was like the coming into August here during this week here, right? Because this week and like it was like one day of August in this week and then the rest of it there. So coming into August, just say we started down here and then we made a low, and then the next week of August we blast off and we came up into that all-time high. Right, this was that monthly high that we talked about, right? That we traded up into it. Then once we traded up into it, right, we had a little doji candle there, right? So we took out the buy side there, and then we dropped down here, push back up, and we still have not taken out that high there, right? So when we said on like the weekly time frame, we're just consolidating, right? But we're starting to show little hints of bearish price action, right? Little hints, right? We're respecting the premium wick here, right? We took out the buy side, rejected off the buy side, right? Once you reject the high, what do we say? The reasonable target would be the low that sent you there, right? We still haven't made it to that low, right? But we still have not taken that high out, okay? We're up here engineering liquidity at the all-time high. So right now during this consolidating, the algorithm is just forming structure. We have no structure to refer to over here. So the algorithm is forming structure and engineering liquidity, right? What do we look for the algorithm to engineer liquidity, right? At major breaks, major market structure shifts, right? When you come up here and take out a key level of liquidity right there at that higher time frame breaker there, we're engineering liquidity there, right? After we make a large move, right, it goes into an area of consolidation, engineering liquidity, right? When we come to an area of equilibrium, it starts to engineer. These are all the areas where we anticipate the algorithm to engineer liquidity, right? We're up here at Picasso House. This is our destination for our run on liquidity. Boom. When you get there, you're going to engineer some liquidity. You're going to sit down, get you a cup of Kool-Aid. Whoo, this was a long trip. I got to sit down and refresh. I'm parched, right? So weekly time frame, we're engineering liquidity right now, right? Still don't have any concrete evidence of either direction that it wants to go. We're just consolidating on the weekly, right? So where are we? We're in an accumulation phase. What's the key to accumulation phases? As far as when it comes to making trading decisions on this time frame, you watch it and you don't trade it, right? Because this time frame is not giving you anything concrete as if it wants to go up or down. Right now, we're in a buy program, but where are we? We're in a premium, right? So if you have not been participating in any long-term swing trades, any long-term buy and hold, anything that requires you to buy for an extended period of time, meaning like for a couple weeks, for a couple months, for even for a couple of days, but whatever your time frame is, right? You're in a premium. Where do we buy? We buy in discounts. We don't buy in premiums. Okay, so this is not the time to do anything for this time frame. We just observe to see what price wants to do. Right now, daily time frame. All right, daily time frame. I'm just moving my. Okay. What is this right here? Oh, that's a daily fair value gap. Oh, leave it there for a second. Just looking at what all I got here. Don't need that one. That's way down there. Okay. So daily time frame. Again, we're forming structure, right? Price came up. Price came up here. We pulled back, right? This is August the 1st. There, we drop down, take out the sell side liquidity, right? And then we rally up, taking out the new all-time high. That's the monthly high, the all-time high. When we said, hey, healthy price action would be to take out this buy side liquidity before moving into the bearish season, right? So we came up, took out that buy side liquidity there. Then we created an inversion fair value gap there. That's a type of change in the state delivery, right? We traded below that candle there. We got a change in the state of delivery there. This is like it's a change in state delivery, but at this point, this is where I kind of put a qualifier on there as a short-term change in the state delivery. What, Tim, what you mean by that? Because this change in the state delivery right here is on the daily time frame, right? The weekly time frame has not had a change in the state delivery yet. The monthly time frame has not had a change in the state delivery yet, right? So because this move here, that's the higher time frame move, right? That initiative. So this bullish order block right here, this July 31st and August 1st candles, this bullish order block there, right? When we trade down here, then that in the mind of little Timmy Rogers is the true, I'm using air quotes, true change in the state delivery, because that's giving us, that was the move that was when the elephant stepped in the pool, sell side, buy side, right? That was the move there. Okay, so when we get this change in the state delivery there, that's like a lower time frame intraday. Like when you're looking at a 1 minute chart and you get a change in the state of delivery on the 1 minute chart, right? When you learn to trust that 1 minute change in the state delivery because you've traded into a daily, just say swing high at this point, right? Let's just say we trade up into a daily swing high, right? And get a 1 minute closure above there. Then we come back down and get a change in state delivery. So now you're trusting this change in state delivery and this high probability inversion fair value gap to sell off of, because this this short-term change in state delivery is connected to something higher time frame. So looking at the back testing, you learn to trust this, and based off your model, you got your percentage where, hey, 72% of the time, this model is going to play out for me based off my historical data. Those are not real numbers. I just made that up. I'm just telling you what you've gone through, and you've done the lead work and you've done the back test on looking at the charts and calculating your data based off of your strategy, right? So you learn to trust that. So this daily change in state delivery, this daily inversion fair value gap, you see that we are respecting this. When I say we are showing signs of respect and bearish order flow, right? We came up, took out the liquidity, right? Created an inversion fair value gap, right? Oh man, I missed the beginnings. Rewind. Right? So we got this is the first BISI that was created going into this anticipatory reactionary point, going into this all-time high, going into this buy side liquidity, right? We come back, create an inversion fair value gap, since this was the first imbalance going into this key PD array, right? At a key time. What's that time? We're anticipating a quarterly shift, a key time, a key PDA rate, a key price level. Everything it's algorithmic, right? So now that makes this a high probability inversion fair value gap, right? This right here, this is a short term, I'm using short term, change in state of delivery, but it's a change in the state of delivery. It's connected to a higher time frame, key time, key PDA rate, key whatever. So now this bearish order block, right? You're anticipating it to act as resistance. When we trade back up into this bearish order block, what do? We respect mean threshold, right? We come here, we respect mean threshold on a closing basis, right? We trade up there right to the low of this high probability inversion fair value gap, right there, trade right up to the low to it. To have that candle, it's 803.75. The low of this right here is 804.50. So we trade right up there to the low of it, right? Stop right in front of it. And then we drop back down immediately, trading right back up under this inversion fair value gap. Because we came up here, created an inversion fair value gap, and then we immediately traded back down and closed back below that inversion fair value gap. So it's showing respect for the premium PD arrays, right? Does it have to continue to show respect for the premium PD arrays? No, it don't. But as long as it shows respect for the premium PD arrays, you're still monitoring, hey, this daily time frame is still respecting bearish order flow going into a bearish seasonality. Okay, that's how you tie the fundamental to the algorithmic, right? It's a time, because it's a time when we typically shift bearish. Time has met price. At this time of the year, we have met an all-time high, and now we have started showing signs of respecting bearish order flow. Tim, how do you see it in real time? Just like this. Just like this. But the problem is we're not patient enough to let it play out when the algorithm wants it to play out. We want to be in every move. We want to pick the top. We want to pick the bottom. We want to be in every run. We want to be, there is a such thing as manipulation. There is a such thing as accumulation. We want to be a part of the distribution leg. That's where ICT traders thrive. And here's the gag. I'm going to go full screen for this. The distribution leg is where retail traders thrive. You know why? Because this is where all of the retail theory plays out. The trend line support, the break. I'm not to no, don't play. Stop playing. Siri, stop playing music. I don't know what I said, but she says, sure, here's trying to make sense. She just thought, I don't know what I said, but she said, sure, here's trying to make sense by Moneybag Yo. What did I say? What did I say to make her think that I asked her to play that? I need to rewind and see what I said to make her think that I said that. Sure, here's trying to make sense by Moneybag Yo. Hey, Siri just trying to get y'all turned. That's what Siri trying to do. Hey, let me see. I gotta go. Siri trying to get y'all turned. Let me see if I can get my video demonetized real quick. Let me get my buddy my video demonetized real quick. What y'all know about this throwback future? What y'all dressing up and make it real for me? What y'all know about this throwback future? Whatever that means. Hey, dirty soda in his styrofoam. Get my mind going. Dressing up to go to NASA. 200 miles on the dash. The Grand Rapids. Started acting. Shooting movie. Gonna let him have it. Like March Madness. Tragic. Living lavish. Like I'm playing for the Mavericks. I ain't want to Molly Maitman, even though she average. I'm a good. Good. Taking life for some Jordans. Touch me. Can't touch me. Can't touch me. BBS. I tried to fart like it was a Chevy. I tried to fart like it was a Chevy. Lift it up and go and offset it. Legendary. The dirty soda in the styrofoam. Get my mind going. What y'all know about that March Madness? I ain't really want to touch it, but Molly made me, even though she average. Y'all don't know nothing about that March Madness. When March Madness came out, when was that? Like 2016, 2017? When did that come out? That's Future Hendrix right there. That ain't that new Future that be like that this Hendrix before the codeine had got to him. Hey, what was I talking about? What was I talking about? Hey, yes, that's that prime Future. That's when Future was the man. Now Future still doing his thing, but I think the codeine and got to him now. That was dry the farm like it was a Chevy. Lift it up and go and offset it. Anyway, it's showing signs of respecting bearish order flow. Okay, showing signs of respecting bearish order flow. Now, as we like, when we always say we never want to build our narrative bottom up, right? The narrative always come top down, TDA, top down analysis, right? When we're at a place of accumulating and consolidating on the higher time frames, right? We go down in time looking for details to help us out as day traders, right? We have pockets that we can trade inside to make our money until the longer term narrative takes shape, right? So that's what we're doing when we move into the daily time frame and lower, right? So while we're looking at daily time frame and lower, we see, right, we have opportunities to, trade in both directions if we choose, right? We have opportunities to trade in both directions if we choose. And how do we do that? We pay attention to our dealing ranges that the algorithm gives us, and whatever dealing range time frame that you're on, you have to know I'm trading within respect of this time frame, because we always got to remember time is king. The time is the most important, right? So looking at where we are now, if you say I'm going to trade within our monthly dealing range, because the algorithm, it gives us dealing ranges to trade within. It's very nice. It gives us algorithmic dealing range to trade within. We're moving into a new month, right? So since we're going into a new month, matter of fact, we have got our monthly open here. We've opened the new month right there, right? So this is the place where we have opened up our new month right there. Okay. Right. That's where we opened up our new month. We're going into a new month. If we're going into a new month, what are we going to look for our liquidity? We got a monthly low and we got a monthly high, right? The algorithm was very nice to just give us this algorithmic dealing range, right? We're coming into a new month. We look back at the prior month and say, hey, there's the monthly high. Hey, there's the monthly low. I'm going to trade within this dealing range, right? So if this is your dealing range of choice that you're going to trade at this very moment, where are you? Where are you? You're smack dab in the middle, right? You're right there in the middle of your dealing range, right? So when we're right in the middle, what do? We just wait because it can go in either direction. What have we been stressing for the last few weeks? We are in the middle of, we are still in the middle of the road. That's a throwback one. Y'all ain't heard that one in a minute. Y'all ain't heard that. We got Future Hendrix, and then now we got the road. We got the vibrato. Okay, we right in the middle. We've been talking about being in the middle of the road for a while. Why does that make sense? Why does that make sense? Well, Tim, when you first started out, you said that on the weekly time frame, we're just consolidating. And when we're just consolidating, we should just not do anything. We should, per the Smart Money Manuscript, right? If I look at the notes from what I took inside the Smart Money Manuscript, and I go to the Power of Three, and I look at the accumulation phase, right? If I look at the accumulation phase, it says the key here is to observe the range, but not trade it. All right. So we said we're just accumulating. We're consolidating on the weekly, right? And then we find out we're right in the middle of our monthly range, right? So the higher time frame still ain't giving us any. We said this already. We said the higher time frame ain't giving us no indication of anything, right? But how do we know this? Because we understand we understand consolidation. We understand what's going. We understand we've reached a destination. We've reached Picasso's house. We understand we're at a key level, right? That we've taken this liquidity. We've had a large expansion, and now we're just cooling off, if you will, right? We can eyeball it and see, right? We're pretty much in the middle. But when we take the tools that are used to help us see exactly what the algorithm is telling us, we run a tool and say, hey, look, we are right in the middle of the range. So I shouldn't be doing anything. All right. All right. You never want to assume. You want to back it up with the algorithmic facts of what is being told through price, the story that's being told through price. All right. So that's our daily time frame, right? You see what we've done. We're respecting bearish order flow, but we're still very much in the middle of the higher time frame range. Okay. Now, for our weekly range, right? On the monthly, right? For our monthly range, we're slap dab in the middle, right? If you say I'm going to trade based off the weekly time frame, from our low to our high, we are in the discount for our weekly range, right? We're in the discount of our weekly range. Here's that opening price. There's the weekly high. There's the weekly low, right? We opened up in the discount of our weekly range, right? Now, we have opened up in a discount, and when we look at what price has done, right? Price has formed a bearish dealing range here. Price formed a bearish dealing range, like, because over the month, for the monthly time frame, right, we're still trading inside of a bullish dealing range, and we're right there at equilibrium, right? So on the monthly, we're at equilibrium of a bullish dealing range for the monthly time frame. right? Now, for our weekly time frame here, right, we are in the discount of a bearish dealer range that we just retraced back to the premium and respected a premium bearish PDA rate. So we created this bearish dealer range, traded back up to the premium, and respected that high probability inversion fair value gap. So based off our weekly range, we're in the discount of our prior week's range, right? But that's coming on the heels of a retracement back to a premium and respecting a premium PDA rate, right? So we're respecting a premium PDA rate and we're disrespecting a discount PDA rate, meaning below price. We came up to a PDA rate above price, and then we disrespected a bullish PDA rate that was below price, right? So right now, we're in the discount of that weekly range, right? And that weekly range is from here to there. It's a bullish weekly range because we made the low first and then we made the high, right? So we're in the discount of a bullish weekly range that has respected premium PDA rays, but disrespected discount PDA rays. Okay. All right. Y'all follow me, right? Because we close here, created a discount PDA rate, meaning below price that's designed to support price, traded into a premium PDA rate above price and in the premium of a move. And then we came back down, right? Back down and pushed through that PDA rate that was designed to keep price up. Now, right? So now we have relative equal lows there, a swing high here, and then on our daily time frame, right? On our daily time frame, right? This is a bearish time frame, right? I mean bearish dealing range. Why? Because it's a bearish candle, right? Made a high, came down, made a low, right? So the high first, then the low, right? So on the daily, we're in the discount of a bearish daily dealing range, right? Coming off the heels of respecting a bearish PDA rate and then coming down. So right here on the daily time frame, right, you can see that you're in the midst of bearish order flow, right? Why? Because it's just this huge down close candle, right? And we close at the low end of it, right? So, on a lower time frame, bearish order flow is going on there, right? Because it's a straight down close candle and we've traded down below a couple days lows, right? And we're in the discount of that range, right? So you're in the discount of bearish order flow, right? You don't sell in discounts, right? Okay. So for the daily time frame, you're in a discount of bearish order flow. You don't sell in discounts. All right. For the weekly time frame, you're in the discount of a bullish dealer. I said order flow, but a bearish dealing range and a bullish dealing range, right? You're in the discount, right? So yes, on the weekly time frame, you're in a discount of a bullish dealing range, right? You do buy in a discount, but you're up against the opposition of we're coming off of respecting a premium PDA rate, and we've disrespected every bullish support in this range. Inversion fair value gap, push through it. Bullish order block, push through it. Right? All of these wicks. See all these wicks there, push through this discount wick, push through it, discount wick, push through it, low, push through it, low, push through it, right? Bullish reclaimed fair value gap, closed just below consequent encroachment, right? This one here, right? Now, the only thing that we respected was this bullish fair value gap right here and this balanced price range right there. That's the only thing that we respected, right? Came down and engineered sell side liquidity. But for the most part, we're pushing through a lot of PD arrays that's designed to keep price up, right? That's not conducive for low resistance bullishness, right? That's showing signs of bearish order flow, right? Again, not saying that we gonna keep tanking. Why? Because the higher time frame is just right in the middle of the road. But looking at these weekly and daily time frames, for the weekly range, we're in a discount of a bullish range, but it's coming off of the heels of disrespecting all of this bullish order flow, right? You're disrespecting a lot of bullish order flow getting to the discount of this range. All right. Quick peek at intraday. We just dropped down to a 60-minute time frame, right? Here's our daily range here, and we was looking at there. As you can see there, we all right. So as you can see there, this is our weekly time frame there. All right. So for our weekly time frame, this is our weekly low. Right. We came up and we came down. And last week, right? Last week, the weekly delivery was a bearish, for lack of better terms, narrative, right? The weekly delivery was a bit, the true delivery of last week was bearish, right? Why do I say that? If we go into last week and look at the new week opening gap, right? This is what we opened up last week at here, right? We opened up last week here. The top of this purple rectangle there is what we opened up last week, right? So we opened up here, then we dropped down, right? Taking out sell side liquidity, right? Coming back down into that inversion fair value gap. What's significant about that inversion fair value gap? That's the first inversion fair value gap we created before coming down, taking out this sell side liquidity before this change in the state delivery, right? We trade back down into that high probability inversion fair value gap, and then we trade up, right? Once we trade up here, take out that buy side liquidity there, right? And when we really look at it, what is price doing? We're really just consolidating, right? Even though we came down to a high probability inversion fair value gap, right? And when we look at what we've done overall here, right, we're really just consolidating there, right? And once we come there during all this consolidation, even though we drop down into that there, right? What do we do here? All through Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we're just chopping, right? We're not showing any true signs of wanting to do anything. But then as we go into Thursday, look what happens. We take off, boom, come up here, take out all of this buy side there, and then we go up here, and I think we set relative equal highs. No, we actually poked into that, right? So we actually poke into that high right there that we get. Did we get it? Let's see. Nope. Yep, we didn't get it. So we came up there, relative equal highs there, right? We poked into relative equal highs there, and we dropped down and took out all of that sell side right there, right? Once we dropped down, took all of that sell side out, that was the end of the weekly delivery right there, right? So Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, all we did was consolidate and accumulate orders, right? Thursday, we manipulated out buy side. Friday, we came down and attacked all of these relative equal lows here. This low, that low, that low, right? All of those relative equal lows that we have been creating, right? And then we did not take out that low right there. Okay, so now we have relative equal lows here accumulated there. So now, like we said, we came on the daily, we're in the discount, right, of the daily range. We're in the discount of the weekly range, right? The higher time frames, we're right there in the middle of the road. So now, what do you want to be watching, right? You want to be watching, right, the fact that we're starting out a new month, right? This is the beginning of a new month, right? So going into the beginning of a new month, right? What would be nice to see? Some type of buy side manipulation, right? Some type of buy side manipulation, right? We have a daily high here. More importantly, we got a weekly high here, right there at some relative equal highs, right there. All right. We even have a monthly high that's resting up there, right? An all-time new high, right? Do we have to take that all-time new high? Not really, right? It would lean more toward the bearishness if we didn't take that monthly high out, right? And then it would be exceedingly bearish, right? It would be exceedingly bearish if we can't even get back to these highs right here, right? If we can't even get back to them highs right there. But since we're going into a new month, right? When you first going into a new anything, you don't have high expectations, right? You ain't really got high expectations. Why? Because you want the monthly narrative to kind of start playing out for you, right? You want the monthly narrative start playing out for you. And since you're in the middle of the road for the monthly time frame, right, you definitely want the monthly narrative to start playing out for you. So right now, right, we've engineered sell side liquidity there, right? We have SIBI right there. That's inside. Uh-oh. Right. We got a SIBI there. That's in the premium of this move here. Right. So for the current, right? So for the current order flow on the intraday time frame, right? What did we say? We were in bearish order flow intraday off that. This is that daily candle that dropped us down there, right? So from the last expansion leg of this bearish dealing range right there, right? We have a SIBI right there, right? So what are we watching for? We're watching to see if this SIBI is going to take us back there, right? So if that SIBI is going to take us back there, then we know, okay, price is more bearish than bullish on this intraday time frame right now. Why is that? Because we've created a bearish dealing range there, right? And then if we come here back to a premium there and come down, now we've extended the bearish dealing range and traded outside of the bullish dealing range that was created here, right? But we still have to bear in mind that we are still inside of this bullish dealing range, right? Why is that? Because remember we said until we get out or till we come down here, right? We're still inside of that short term change in the state delivery from the daily time frame, right? Remember that? Remember we talked about that? This was the short term change the state delivery. This right here is to change the state delivery for the overall move. right? So now we go back in to our time frames there. See, when I said we're still inside of this bullish dealing range, our change in the state delivery for the higher time frame comes way down here, right? So when I say you want to tailor your expectations into the time frame that you're trading, right? So that's why you're always making your trading decisions based off of, okay, based off of this range here on my daily, right? I'm looking for signatures when I get back here that price wants to go down. You're not just coming here and selling right off of that. Why? Because we're in the middle of the road on the higher time frame. So we're looking for more confluence. Can you? Yes, you can. You may get a beautiful entry by just selling as soon as it hit there, but you may also get chopped up because why? On the higher time frame, we're engineering liquidity, right? So you're looking for more confirmation when you come back here. And then if we come up here and create an inversion here, now you say, okay, this bullishness between this and this last expansion leg is still kind of in control. So then we're looking for it to come back and manipulate out the buy side before continuing the bearish order flow. Why are we looking for it to continue the bearish order flow? Because on the daily time frame, we've been showing a healthy respect for bearish order flow, right? So we're looking for it to see if it wants to continue this bearish order order flow because we're moving into a bearish seasonality, right? But you always want to know your invalidation points. And got my water back here. You want to know your invalidation points for the bullish and bearish scenarios, right? My throat getting real scratchy. I ain't got no water. So we're going to wrap it up there. Do anybody got any questions for me?
I don't have any questions regarding the chart, but my WAP, I did get an email saying that I had gotten it, but when I click on it, it doesn't allow me to go into it.
Are you signed in with the same
Email?
email account that you
Yes,
purchased it with?
yes, yes. So I clicked on the in the email, I clicked on the link where it says access your course.
Mhm.
But when I went there, it tried to make me purchase it again.
And you're signed in on what when you go to the when you open up the app or going to like in the app or in the page, are you signed in?
Yeah, I'm signed in. Let's see.
Mm,
Let me try this.
see here.
Let me try
Okay,
again.
I see. Was it
Yeah,
Miss V
so
I'm talking to?
yeah, yeah,
All
this is
right,
me.
I'm seeing. I see
So
Deborah. Wait a minute. Let me go to users. Let me go to
so
users.
it says I'm logged in. But as I say, when I clicked on that link and I come back to the page, it's trying to get me to purchase again.
All right. Are you even better me?
Am I what?
Even better me?
Even better, you?
Okay, that's not you. All
No,
right. Um. Okay, I see.
it should be Miss
I see.
V.
I see. I see. Marco. I see. When? Oh, Miss V. Oh, there it
Yeah.
is, way down there. Okay, I was
Mhm.
looking. I was looking closer to the top. All right.
Okay.
So Miss V. All right. And
Now up at the top here, it does say you already own a product from Big Spider, but again, well, let me just click on it where it says Open Big Spider. Maybe I didn't.
yeah, I'm showing that you're in there.
Okay.
If you click in there, you should see smart money. If you just go to your WAPs, you should just see smart money manuscript over there.
Okay, okay, I see it now. Okay, and the bat signal, smart money manuscript, and SMM live. Okay, I see
Yes.
it now.
Okay.
It was,
Yeah.
I guess it was user error.
Yeah. Oh, nah. Were you going back to the same link, like the same purchase link?
Yes.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's just gonna take you to the page. It's gonna take you to the store page. It's
Okay.
not gonna. You have. That's why I say you got just once you log in, like just
Okay.
go to like your dashboard. Like on my side, I just go to like my dashboard and I click down there where it say WAPs and I got one. It say like Big Spider and I got another one that say Tremaine or whatever. And I just click on it and I can see like the different WAPs up
Okay.
under there. So that's where you go.
Okay.
You don't go back to the link. You just sign into your
Okay.
WAP and then go to your dashboard. And then when you open it up on the app on your phone, the actual course looks better on your phone on the app. If you do it through the
Oh.
website on your phone, it looks
Hmm.
like trash.
I did
But
download the app, but I haven't signed into it yet. I
yeah, like if
downloaded
you
it a few
go
minutes
into the
ago.
let me see here. You probably I'm gonna try to see if you can see it on my phone. If I see it, you probably can't see it, but I'm gonna try anyway. Like if you gotta let me see if I can adjust this brightness or right now. And then you see, all right, you see how like on the phone it's got it like, it's like everything is like in order like that.
Oh yeah, I see it.
You see what I'm saying? It's like all in order. You scroll down and then you can
Yeah.
just go into the, you know what I'm saying? You go into the different things and then it just play. It's like much more fluid and it's got like next and previous at the bottom.
Okay.
It's much more fluid in the app. It's
Okay.
trash. If you try to go through the website on the phone, oh, it's complete trash. It's
Okay.
garbage. But
Okay.
and garbage is just fancy trash. That's how they say trash in French. But but yeah, make sure you download the app. I be telling everybody download the app if you're gonna do it from your phone.
Okay. All righty.
I'm in the app, Tim,
Yeah.
trying to buy it, and it keeps coming up as $99.
What?
Yeah, so like if I'm in the app, the WAP app, and I'm right here at the Smart Money Manuscript, and when I click join, it doesn't even give me an option if I wanted to put in that code or anything. It just
What?
immediately comes up as 99.99, and I can
I
pay with my one-time thing. I don't know what's going on.
I ain't got no I don't have a 99.99 link. That don't even exist. And you cause I matter of fact, cause when I did it on my when I did it on my son's phone and my wife's phone, they did it through the app, and that I didn't see that nothing like that. So when you go, like if you go into
Like I go into WAP now, and so I see um the video of the smart money manuscripts and everything, and then it give you the options to go and join. So
Mhm.
when I hit join, it'll it pulls up for me to do my automatic payment, but it comes up as 99.99. It doesn't give, because if I put my
Cause
touch ID in, it's gonna charge me that. I don't know
yeah,
what's going on.
when I went
And I
to
tried it on my phone through the thing. I tried it on my iPad. I mean, when I get back to my house tomorrow, I could try it on the
okay,
computer,
go to
but I'm in the app.
all right, when you like I can't even go. It's okay, so go in the because when I open it up on my phone, it's just you know what I'm saying, like it's on the page there. Oh, you can't see it's on the page, but it just says 69 when I go inside the app.
Yeah, it's weird because all of my other stuff that I've done it'll show all the other products that you have as far
Go
as
inside
diamond
the
members.
go inside the open the
Discord.
open the Discord and then
Okay.
click on the link and then see if it opens through the app. See if it'll open through because whenever like when I text the link to my son and he click on it, it automatically opens up inside the app. But going to
Okay,
the
let me do it
Discord
that
and
way.
click on the link.
Okay.
I don't know if WAP got something crazy going on when you do a search or what, but yeah, because when I Did anybody else see that where it showed up for like $99?
Yeah, it's still doing. I'm gonna close out WAP altogether and then go back through the link again and see what happens. But okay, so Smart Money Manuscript. Here we go. Click. Hey, we got the videos, and then I go, yeah, mine keeps saying $99.99 for a lifetime.
I don't even see that. I don't man. There ain't even no link that even exists like that. Let me see. They see that. See what I'm saying? They be getting on my nerve. They be getting on my nerve. They gonna make me stop using them.
Well, I just want to get that straight because I'm gonna send it out to a couple cousins
And I don't know
and
why.
stuff, and so
Hold on, let me see here. Let me see what happened if I open up Discord on my computer. And see, that would make me mad because when I be doing it with people, it'd be doing exactly what it's supposed to do. And then I can't recreate the issue, and they be like, "Oh, it's working fine when I do it. I can't see what you're talking about, sir." Copy this link, and then let me open up a incognito browser. All right. And see that takes me right. It's showing right on that. Let's see here. What is? You come in sec, bring your phone here for a minute. He's gonna be like, I deleted that app, Dad. I don't got the app on my phone. I deleted that app. You still got a WAP app on your phone? I knew it. Oh no, you still got it? Let me see. Are you still did I took you out, right? Skip. I took you out of the what's name, right? Is this the app? Okay. All right. Yeah, I took you out. You're not in there no more. All right. Let me see something. Are you in? Oh no, you're not. I was gonna ask you, was you still in my Discord, but I think you got out. Yeah, hold on. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all hold on for a second. Trying to run a test on my son's phone right now. All right. So click on it, open up the app, and it says $69.99. It says $69.99. Oh, wait a minute. No, it opened up the web browser.
okay, because I just emailed it to somebody in my family, and I followed the link, and it like you said, it come up with $69.99. I don't know why from my
opened up. It opened with my son. It opened it up in the browser. It didn't open up the app.
Yeah, it opened up in the browser for me too, but it did have the $69.99. So I don't know what's going on in the WAP thing.
Okay, go. All right, so all right, and you say, wait a minute, let me go inside the app. Because when I open up the browser, it's showing right now. If I go inside the app, let me see if I can search for it.
That's how I originally found it, was doing the search, and then like I said, I closed it.
Smart Money Manuscript. Click on it. You see,
Yeah.
when I search for it inside the app,
Yeah.
it say 99.99.
Right. And
That's
then even when I click, when I close it out, wipe out, and then I go through the Discord, and when I click on it, it'll bring my WAP, it'll open my WAP back up again. And then I hit join and it's still saying
I
99.99.
don't know what they got going because that's not my. I don't even have a link that say 99.99.
Yeah,
Like when I
well, just FYI, I'm just gonna
yeah,
send everybody via email, and they can, if they
cause
choose to purchase, they can purchase it that
that's my
way.
page. That's my page. It's got the video and everything, but it's showing when I type in when I go into the app and I just type in the Smart Money Manuscript, it's
Mhm.
showing 99.99. And
Yeah.
I don't know if that's something they did inside because they got a thing called the discovery page. You know what I'm saying? They got it. I don't know if they done tack something on inside their discovery page because
Okay.
that's not my link. That's not I mean that's my page, but when I go into my back end, there is no link that says 99.99.
Well, I don't know what they're doing. I'll just go the back way through the
Like
web page, and then once it's purchased, go inside a WAP, because this is
yeah, WAP, they doing something crazy. I'm gonna have to reach out to them tomorrow. They gonna drive me crazy, but I'm gonna have to no, tomorrow's a holiday. They might not be. I'm gonna try anyway. But they that's crazy because when I search for it, it's coming up as that 99.99. Like when I go to their discovery pay, I'm glad you told me that because I'm going there and blast them because there it is right there on my I don't know if you can see my I don't know if you can make it out right there, but over there say 99.99 on that thing. It and that's when it's searched through the discovery. But when you click on the link and it opens up inside the web browser, the direct link that I got inside the what's the name, and it opens up in the web browser, it's coming up as 69. All right.
yeah. It's just if you even
What
when you
it
click the link in Discord, if you have WAP, it's still gonna take you there for that 99. So,
and
but for anybody, like I said,
when I
just
did
starting
it with
out.
my sons, like he got the WAP app on his phone, but because I texted him the link from inside Discord, and when I click on that link, it opens it up in a web browser. It don't open it up inside of the app. It opens it up in a web browser and it shows 69. But if I do a search inside of the app, it opens up as not. Let me, you know what? Let me do something. Let me go to WAP. I'm gonna go to WAP on the computer and go to Discovery and do a search to see what happens. All right. All right. Discovery page. They do it different on the phone. It'd be on the phone, it'd be like pulling, it'd be showing stuff as you. There it is right there. See, it show right on here, but on the in the app, it when I come to this page, when I search for it like this right here in the app, it shows 99.99 right there. Broader Stuttgart. I don't know what they got going on. I don't like that at all. All right. Thank you. Um, anybody else got anything for me? Appreciate that. Oh man, I done closed out all my windows. All right, man. If there's anybody still here, if there's anybody still here on YouTube, I don't know if anybody's still here, but tomorrow's a holiday. Um, market closes at 12, I think. So there's no actual trading for, it's a bank holiday. There's no actual trading for the New York session. We just got like Globex trading going on right now. And I think it closes at 12 tomorrow, 12:01, one of them holiday hours. But there's no trading. The market's open back up on Tuesday, right? Because if you look at your trading view chart, the daily candle says Tuesday, September 2nd, I think. So I'll see y'all Tuesday evening at 6 for the price action recap. Remember, Wednesday, I'm not doing anything on Wednesday. We have the funeral services Wednesday morning, so I'm not doing a tape reading, and I'm not gonna be doing a price action recap or a monthly lecture Wednesday night. And then so I'll see y'all Tuesday for the price action recap, and then I'll see y'all Thursday for the price action recap. All right. Y'all take it easy. Enjoy the rest of y'all eating. Sorry for holding y'all forever. I didn't plan on being on here this long, but hopefully y'all got something out of it. Till the next time I decide to get on Algo's internet, share my thoughts thing they call price action. It's your boy Timothy Lee Ross Sr., aka Aranya Grande, aka well, y'all already said that. Y'all be safe out in the trading streets, man. Go. Yeah.